Wait a minute, is that the sex fin I've been missing for the past 26 years?
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Are you curious where you can watch the latest episode of Kamen Rider and Sentai every week? Well, since there is no official release, you might have to resort to alternative methods. Personally, when I search for website to watch tokusatsu, my top priority is to safeguard my personal data. That's why I rely on Surfshark VPN, the sponsor of today's video. With Surfshark, your online safety and privacy is paramount, as it is effective at concealing your online activities through its VPN capabilities. By encrypting your internet traffic that nobody can pry into your online endeavors or track your digital whereabouts. Additionally, Surfshark enables you to virtually explore the world with a tap, thanks to its ability to change your VPN address. By switching your location to anywhere in America, let's say, you can access at least over 10 Ultraman shows and movies, or explore other toku shows available on Tokushoutsu. You can poke around at the Japanese Premium Bandai page and discover a captivating array of expensive children's toys. I highly recommend getting Surfshark VPN today, as it comes with an extra 3 months. Simply click the link in the description, and if you are unsatisfied, rest assured there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So why wait any longer? Take advantage of this fantastic offer and sign up now. It's an incredible opportunity for all of you, my fellow tokusatsu fans. Like last week's episode, this one was pretty much split into two as well. But again, one side was slightly more important than the other, with the main portion of the episode being Hercules standing on a trial because of the actions he performed against Terra for pretty much the entire season, and pretty much all of the trial beats are pretty much flashbacks to way further back in the past, pretty much explaining fully what happened before the Fury of the Gods, which I loved. Seeing Hercules and Gira's dad was really cool. How much it's the same actor from the movie, which it was never really explained, like why he looks like the same guy. Like, I kind of look like my dad, but like I'm not like a spitting image. Pretty much if you take me, a picture of me and a picture of my dad, it's like, hey, I kind of look like him, but not as much. But it was really cool to see that Hercules' dad actually saw Gira as a full-on tool, a tool for the destruction of the Darujan, while Hercules fully saw Gira as his brother, which is so weird, but also like, yeah, it makes sense. Hercules was a young kid, his mom was pregnant, he actually thought that his dad impregnated his mother and pretty much he's going to have a younger brother, and he didn't know about Gira way later. And it's so cool. Like, there is something like stupendously cool and stupendously nice and weirdly, no, it's not weirdly heartwarming, just heartwarming to really see like Hercules' kind of softer side, because you can clearly see that like young Hercules that we saw in the small visions in the beginning of the show, like before Darujan, when like Death Rock was still a thing, like that Hercules is still the same, like the same kid. That was great. And also, I finally got the answer to when Rita took Gira's DNA alongside the Hercules DNA, they can actually like cross-connect it and see their brothers. They are brothers, and Darujan's big reveal like 3 episodes ago was semi-correct. It was half true, because as a present to Hercules' dad and his wife, Darujan impregnate her with Gira. I would state you back to the intro. Is this sex? Like, genuinely, is this how it works? I'm still waiting. You're not going to answer, aren't ya? But hey, that was nice. Like, nice in the way of, like, at least I got my answer. Not in the nice way of learning that after Gira got birth, the mother died. That was quite fucked, to be completely honest. But yeah, that actually was a question that I actually kind of brought up when that reveal happened and the episode after, and I'm semi-okay with it. How much it's weird, I'm still not sure this is how sex works. I never really got that talk, to be completely honest. And it was really interesting to see the moment where Kijimin actually took the place of Bushimare. How much, like, goddamn, like, if you really think about it, Hercules, like, had Bushimare / Kijimin as his right-hand man. And just, like, what, 15 years in, he started to really think about, like, maybe there is a mole in my camp. Now think about it. And literally when he really started to really think about it, that's the moment when Kijimin got revealed. Like, it kind of makes Hercules feel kind of dumb, or at least not dumb like enough for me to pretty much, it ruins his entire mystique. But it's like, that's kind of funny that, like, you semi-knew Bushimare and it's like you couldn't see how off he was, because, like, you can clearly see the way that, like, real Bushimare acts next to how Bushimare when Kijimin pretended to be Bushimare acts, and you can clearly see those are two completely different people, like with two completely different mannerisms. And it's like Hercules didn't really notice that. I don't know. It's a small nitpick, but it's kind of funny to me. And we finally got the obvious answer to the show's first question. What is Rainbow Jururia? And the show took 40-something episodes to actually answer to us. An answer that we already knew from the fucking beginning. And Rainbow Jururia, or at least the thing that Gira called Rainbow Jururia, is King-Ohger soul. No way. Surprise Pikachu face. Caucasus, aka Gira and Hercules' dad, gave it to Gira to pretty much control Gira in one point. To pretty much make him an omnipotent being that he can actually control and destroy Gira. But one of the side effects is Gira going absolutely mental and losing all his memories. Which brings us to the beginning of the show where Gira didn't remember anything about his childhood. Well, it's because of that. And in the end, it was true that Hercules actually sent Gira to the orphanage. But not because he was afraid that Gira would take his throne. Not because he saw Gira as a threat. Actually, he did it to protect Gira. Which is, again, wholesome as fuck. I really liked seeing this side of Hercules. It was really great. And if we already talk about Caucasus, aka Gira and Hercules' dad, it was cool how much he was pretty much sick for the entire time. It's almost like pretty much the show telling us is like, oh, he died because of the cancer? I'm not sure. I don't specifically know what illness he had. He was coughing blood a lot. I don't believe he should be coughing blood that much. How much he did have the Oja Caliber 0 and actually got to transform to Okuagata Oger, which, if you really think about it, doesn't make a lot of sense. Because it really feels like a thing that, like, Hercules made, because those armors do really feel like a Yanma invention. And Yanma was pretty much a kid around that time, so it doesn't really make any sense. They could have just used like a repainted armor, the repainted like suit from, you know, the King-Ohger movie. Like fucking Gachard does a lot more with the movie that it had, the one crossover movie that it had, than King-Ohger. Whole one solo movie. It's kind of funny, but it was pretty goddamn cool to see Hercules' dad actually died fighting Grody and Kijimin. How much? Again, died like a bitch. While Uchu's little shenanigan for this episode was pretty much reverting all of like the teens back to babies, all of the adults to all the geezers, and all of the young kids to adults, which just bizarre. And it was pretty much mainly made for two things: a joke specifically with Daiboski, where all of the King-Ohgers, in exception to Rita, which, gosh, I would have loved to see just a smaller Rita. That would be funny. All of the King-Ohgers just becoming kids, and like Daiboski stays an adult, and it's like, oh yes, I feel 10. It's like, what steroids are in Tofu's food? God damn. I was born in the wrong earth. I wish I looked like Daiboski when he was 10. Like, at least he's like 5'11" and like what? Like, at least 190? Something like that? Like, he looks like tone as fucked. But, you know, the biggest reason why they did it is purely to have Gira have all of his memories back from the little bit of his childhood with Hercules, which is really cool. And Muff was there mainly to just have him as a vessel for Dudaru-chan to come back, because we already know that Muff, or at least maybe all of Uchu, are just vessels for Dudaru-chan to just come back. And in the end of the trial, it was really cool to see that like Hercules was like, oh, erase my records, I wanna die as like the most evil, most cruelest tyrant. But Rita says that the King-Ohgers object to it, and pretty much, hey, you're going to redeem yourself by doing community service. You're going to be our young lion. So Hercules start picking up the bags, start cleaning the ring up, start doing your shit, okay? But we're still going to put you in a little cell. But yeah, like, I am really excited. King-Ohger, Pig-Ohger is fully back. I really enjoyed the episode. It was really fun, specifically with Dudaru-chan maybe taking himself slightly more seriously. Specifically with, you know, we are very close to the end of the show, so come on, like, make Dudaru-chan like slightly less comedic and more like super threatening of like, hey, I'm just going to murder everyone. It's gonna be fun, at least for me, like super sadistic. It would be fun for me. So yeah, what you thought about King-Ohger episode 43, comment below, let me know. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Thanks for Surfshark for supporting my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you already didn't. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your day.